have to confirm all information. You did not officially say what the answer was yesterday of the photo you posted. Did that work out like you wanted it to?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think she actually gave me an answer until I was like 3 or 4 hours later. I was like, hang on, there was more just like squealing and like, oh my God, and like the ring just went on. So I eventually got a solid yes at dinner. So
Congratulations.
appreciate it, yeah.
How long has that been planned?
It had probably been in the making for about 3 months. One of my mates who's here, who's her brother-in-law, he flew the ring in yesterday. So it kind of all worked together as a neat little package of him flying in and her sister being here and everything. So we'd been kind of planning it out for 3 months or so. And man, as I'm sure a lot of you guys would know, it is one crazy emotional experience, and I was not prepared for it. And I had a speech planned in my head, and as soon as you start talking, it kind of all goes out the window, and you just dribble in words. So it was amazing and a really special day.
What a magical setting.
Hey, I'm a bit of a romantic, so I can really pick the setting. I did a bit of research and found that, but I mean, with the snowfall and everything, it just kind of panned out amazingly. And thankfully, I had the Spurs boys there to kind of help me out and take some photos, so they were huge, and a big thank you to them as well.
What's her name?
India.
Is she from Australia too? Or?
She is. We went to high school together, and I never said a word to her when we were there, so it all kind of happened in the past couple of years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The third quarter, your third quarter performance, is that just a sign of what, I mean, you said coming in, when you signed with the Spurs, you could shoot the, you know what out of it.
Shoot the piss out of it, I'll say it.
That's pretty good proof today.
Yeah, I've got to find ways to impact the play like that. Some nights, whatever it may be, I might not be as involved because other guys have got it going on. But I think for a minute there, we were a little bit bogged down. So, especially after my first half, I felt as though I really needed to kind of get involved and somehow figure out how to affect the offensive end of the court, which is probably what I do best. So, luckily I've got great teammates who were able to find me in the right spots, and I was just throwing it up there and hoping for the best. So ball went in, and we started kind of rolling offensively. And I got to give credit to Devontae, who has only played 2 games with us. He's kind of been in and out of the G League, and I just thought that his presence out there, as playing alongside him, is huge. And I had a bit of experience with that in the G League stint. So. Man, he did a great job, and I thought he provided a huge offensive spark and defensive spark for us.
Must just be a great camaraderie builder when you guys are 6 players down, 5 rotation players down. You come in here against the Nets on the road and almost pull it out.
100%, and I think that's kind of what we've been facing for these past 5 games or so is guys going down with COVID in and out of the lineups, and it's been such a long road trip. We haven't been able to see a lot of those guys return. So for us, it's just trying to find ways to get the job done by any means. And it would be nice if we could figure it out a little bit sooner, because I feel like we really have a spark late in the games. But I felt as though we did an awesome job tonight in that third quarter, and especially in that fourth as well, of just figuring out what was working and going to it. And guys stepped up and made massive plays. So. We need to figure that out a little bit earlier in the game and kind of not let it get away from us so far and dig ourselves such a big hole. But I think, as you said, it's been huge for us just building a level of resiliency that in the future will really come in handy.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure what you knew about or what you expected from the Spurs when you signed with them, but to be part of what's apparently a rebuilding year for this team, what have been your impressions of that process, watching younger guys come along, you being a part of that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really see it as such. I know that our record probably doesn't reflect what I'm about to say, but I really like our team, and I think that we have serious potential there. I don't even know how many games we are through the year, to be honest with you, but I still see that there's a playoff spot or a play-in spot for us available, and I have confidence in us that we can really hit our straps soon and get rolling and figure out a way to get in there. But yeah, as you said, we do have a lot of young guys. We have no real veterans on this team except for Thad, and then we've got Derek and Yuck who are reasonably old and have some experience in this league. But I think that we still do show at times how good we can be, and it's usually against the best teams in the league. So. In saying that, it's great seeing young guys like Dev and Primo getting a chance to kind of show what they can do, and they've really stepped up to the plate and become kind of third options, fourth options for us, and they're doing a great job. So those guys have got unbelievable futures ahead of them in this league, and I'm excited to see what they do. But in saying that, I don't think none of us in the locker room are ever going into a game thinking that we're going to lose or it's a rebuild year. It's every game, we should win this thing, and that's kind of the mindset I see us carrying over to every game. And again, our record doesn't reflect that right now, but I think that there is a moment coming soon where we'll step it up a notch.
What was the experience of facing Patty like, and did you sense that both you guys were going, trying to one-up each other? Or?
Nah, it was nothing like that. I was trying to crack him with some hard screens, and I got him once or twice. But it's cool, man. He has words of encouragement even when you're out there as an opponent, and that's the kind of guy he is he cares about his guys. And for me to go up against him, knowing how good he is and seeing him do it out in this setting is just another level to the respect I have for him as a player and as a person. I'm looking forward to playing him again and continuing to get to face him in the future.
Were you excited to get another chance at a last-second inbound pass?
Redemption, man. Redemption. That was good. We were close on that first one, and the second one didn't pan out as we wanted it. But, for me, it was a bit of redemption just to not throw it directly a chest pass to the opposition player. So I was happy with that, even though it didn't come off.
This is going to be really dumb, but an Australian having a great time in New York. I'm just wondering if you ever watched the Crocodile Dundee movies.
Oh yeah, come on, man! Gotta watch those ones. I was about to pull out a quote, but I won't embarrass myself. So I've watched those 100 times. I feel like we get every man and their dog comes up to us and says, "That's not a knife. This is a knife." So, oh man, I've got a lot of quotes from that movie.
That was a great romantic movie too at the ending with
us Aussies, man. We know how to do it.
how do you spell your,
Next job.
I appreciate it, guys.
how do you spell your fiance?
India, just like.